Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am super excited to have you all back with us for our Reign and Rule theme of self-improvement month. I have Miss April M. Lewis with me today. And I'm telling y'all, if y'all not following her on Facebook or Instagram, she gonna get your life right. So y'all need to go do that right now. So Miss April M. Lewis is a board certified credit consultant, repair specialist, an entrepreneur, corporate auditor, as well as a business mentor. Baby, sis got bags. April manages a credit consulting company alongside her husband, where they both work closely together with individuals and families, helping them establish excellent credit and master financial literacy. That's important. April and her husband, LaMario, has over 10 years of experience in the financial services industry. They both are very passionate about educating their community about the importance of having a great credit score. They also host free credit mastery classes. They are most proud of the fact that they're helping families nationwide, nationwide, to become first-time homeowners, purchase their dream car, get approved for business funding. April and her husband, LaMario, has been guest speakers for various different platforms, Zoom webinars, church vision board parties, podcasts, and so much more. Their services include a one-on-one credit counseling. We'll also put her information in the link below so you can contact her or share her information with somebody that can benefit. Credit restoration, credit monitoring, identity theft protection, that's important as well, along various other financial tools for their clients to utilize at their convenience. April, I'm excited to have you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited as well. I'm happy that you are highlighting different women and allowing them to come on your platform and be able to share their story. So I just think that's phenomenal, and I'm happy to be here.
Oh, it takes a village, sis. It takes a village. And as I meet everyone off social media, I started following you off social media, following the work that you do. And you could tell that one, you're passionate about it. Two, you're going to hold people accountable just by your posts and your pictures. Like, I could tell that that's what you do. But I want to know, how did you even get started in this journey?
Okay. That's a good question. So let me take you back to March of 2017. Okay.
Okay.
March of 2017, I had my daughter, Paris. That's her name. And when I had my daughter, I went on maternity leave. I decided to take a break for about 9 months. Okay. Once I had my daughter. And after that 9 months, I decided to, not go back to corporate, just kind of try to reevaluate some things, because everyone knows, like, once you like have a child and you bring a child into this world, you start thinking about, okay, I got daycare expense. I have all these extra expenses now. Like, how are we going to afford this? We're going to have to like rearrange some things. So then I started searching for my next job opportunity. I was able to find like another job working as a corporate auditor, because I was doing accounting previously. And so I did that for 5 years for a financial services company. And so now I transition into doing corporate audit. Okay. So I found me a job, and then my husband, he also was looking for work as well. His background is within the banking and financial services industry as well. So he's worked for several different major banks, Wells Fargo, Capital One, JP Morgan. So he has a ton of experience. Okay. And so it was one particular financial services company that he applied for. He went through the interview process. It was like 3 rounds of interviews. And basically, we were just like, okay, you got 5 years of banking experience. Like, we know you got this in the bag. We know you're going to get the job. And so they was like, okay, so you did good and everything. We're just going to run like a background check and a credit check as well. Okay. And so they went, did the background check and the credit check. And then they basically found out that he had a ton of debt on his credit report. Okay. It was like a total of like over $5,000 worth of old debt that we had on our credit report. And so basically they were just like, in order for us to give you this job, we need you to pay that $5,000 worth of debt first. and then we can consider you for this job. And so just talk about like that right there was like a huge like slap in the face, because we were just like, are you serious? Like, he has the experience, but because he has a ton of debt, a low credit score, both our credit scores at the times were like in the 400s. Okay. And so we was just like sitting there devastated. Like, we need this money. Like, I have to put my daughter into daycare. Everyone knows that like daycare expenses almost like rent all over again. We talking about $800 to $1,000 a month easily. Okay. And so it was going to be a very good opportunity. And, he would have been making, very good money if he would have got the job. So he didn't get the job. And so basically, we both came to the realization that, you know what, like, this credit thing is very serious, and we can't allow this to be a stumbling block and stop us from elevating as a family, elevating our finances, because we not addressing our credit issue. Okay, this is holding us back. So we decided to come together, start doing research, and we said, okay, what do we need to do to improve our credit? Okay, we have a ton of credit card debts, different debts and everything. So let's go ahead and start tackling our current debt, start paying these things down, and then also start, the credit repair process, start restoring our credit. Okay, getting these things cleaned up. Okay, because also it's just like, at that time, you know, we had a lot going on as far as because we had the low credit scores, like when we was trying to rent different apartments, we're having to pay much larger deposits, because we have the low credit score. So you paying, 2 to 3 times the amount. And just think about if you're renting a house, okay, and that house is like $1,500 a month. And usually, these landlords, they're going to want you to pay like whatever that rent amount is, you have to pay that as a deposit. Well, if you got bad credit, you paying 2 to 3 times that rent amount as your deposit. So we're sitting here having to drop like $3,000 just to move into a rental house. That's
just to rent the home, not to own, just to rent the home.
Just to rent the home.
Got it.
And then also too, just like with our car payments, both our car payments was over $600. So just paying just very high premiums. And then the same thing with our insurance, our car insurance was over $300, a month. So we just having like these sky high amounts that we're paying each and every month, because we have a low credit score. And not many people realize that, you having a low credit score causes you to have higher insurance premiums. A lot of people don't make that connection, but it does affect that. Okay. And so we start working on that. And because we start working on our credit, we actually found a great company that was able to, help us get our credit back on track, get a lot of our debts, our old debts cleaned up and everything. And basically our credit score increased like over 75 points within the first 60 days. We got like a ton of negative items deleted off our credit. So a lot of, different collections, late payments, even student loans. Like my husband has some student loans taken off his credit report. So we got super excited. We were just like, wow, like,
this is it.
Yeah, like our scores increasing, like we're on the right track and everything. So we were just like, you know what? Like, I know a lot of people in my own family, in my own circle of friends, that they're struggling in this area. Like they want to get a new home, they want to get a new car, but credit is holding them back. Okay. And a lot of us, have, a low credit score is because we're not really taught this in school. Like they don't really teach us about, finances and credit. And this is why you need to, work on your credit, make for sure that you keep a good credit score, pay all your bills, don't get behind, because if you don't, like, it's going to follow you. Like everyone has an adult, like your credit report is your adult report card. Okay? Yes, everybody's looking at their report card. Okay. Like, let me see, you got some A's or B's, and then you got some C's or D's. Are you failing? Yes. What have you been doing? Like everybody's going to pull that report card and see, like, how have you been doing? And so they don't tell you that goes on your record and it follows you. If you come across hard times and you don't take care of your debts like you're supposed to, it follows you everywhere you go and you're gonna pay for it. And they don't tell us that. Okay. And so I'm just so happy that we're now in the position to where we can reach back and help our family, help our friends, and help other people in our community improve their finances, become more knowledgeable about credit, how it works, so they can be able to win at the credit game. So.
Yes, yes. And I work for a financial services organization on the mortgage side, and we teach people how to read, like, hey, this is how you need to read this credit report to your client, or this is how you need to like be able to explain how important this is. The one thing I am grateful for is when I graduated college, we we received the gift of having a financial advisor for a full year. So that financial advisor, my mom and my dad had already kind of put me on game, but that financial advisor took it to the next level. So I didn't get in like unnecessary debt, or if I did get into it, I was able to go to my financial advisor and we were able to attack a plan. And I'm so grateful for that because I didn't really, I mean, I knew it was important, but I didn't know it had the keys like this.
Right.
I didn't know that.
And see, like with that, that's like very rare because not many people are fortunate enough to be able to have have access to a financial advisor that can help guide them and show them what to do. See, I come from the background of like my parents, they paid cash for everything. They was like, we don't want that reoccurring bill.
We good.
So, whenever we get our tax money, we're gonna try to pay a lot of the stuff off, pay cash for everything. And that's what I knew. I didn't know too much about the credit side and everything. So like when I was straight out of high school, I'm getting offered all these different credit cards and everything. And I'm just signing up for everything. And at first, I was doing good because they did teach me like, hey, if you have a bill, pay your bills on time. So I was doing that. But of course, everyone comes across hard times, where unexpected things happen. Your car acting up, it's going crazy. It needs to be fixed. You might lose a job, all types of things. Your health might be failing. All different things, unexpected things can come up. And then now you get behind on your bills and you not knowing how to prioritize, like, do I really need to pay my credit card bill, or, like what's more important? And so now, we had to educate ourselves. And so now that's one of our main focuses is not only like working on the client's credit, but also educating them. So that way they don't have to go through these, same challenges again.
And I love that. I remember reading one of your posts and you talked about how having good credit can open better opportunities for you. You're not just limited to one type of opportunity. And I followed that chat for a while to see who was responding and what they were saying, and also just because I'm nosy. And I want you to elaborate on that a little bit. What are some, let's just say if we could say the top 5. What are the top 5 opportunities that opens up the door for you when you have a good credit?
Okay. So number one is you're going to be able to have access to lower interest rates. Okay. Lower interest rates. Okay. On all of your debts. When you have lower interest rates, what that means is you have lower monthly payments. Okay. Lower monthly payments means more money in your pocket. Okay. More money in your pocket. Okay. And so a lot of people don't realize that. Okay. A second one, I would say, being able to get access to, higher credit limits. Okay. Because adults need higher credit lines than $300. Okay. Like that's just not enough. Like that's not going to work. Okay. And so that's why you really want to work on your credit so you can get access to those 5, 10, 15, $20,000 credit limits. That was one of the things that was major for me. Like all my life, I think like the highest limit I ever had, like when I was like, before I messed up my credit bad and I was like fresh out of high school getting all these credit cards, I was getting like $300 credit cards, 500, and the highest I ever had was like 1,000. Okay. But now, since I'm more knowledgeable about credit and I've been working on my credit, I was able to, make it to the 700 club and get approved for a $25,000 credit card. And that was major for me. I was just like, what? I was like, I should have been did this. Like, what have I been doing? $25,000. So just think about you having access to $25,000, okay? Because the wealthy, what they do is they leverage the bank's money, okay? They're going to keep their money to the side, but they leverage other people's money. So if you can be able to use that credit, think about what you could do with $25,000. Maybe there's a dream that you have. Maybe there's something that you want to start, an initiative, a project, something. And now you can be able to use that as capital to help fund that, okay, and make that a dream come true and everything. So it just opened up so many different opportunities for you when you get access to those higher credit limits. But that's number two. What's another one? Not being able to, you don't have to worry about a cosigner. Okay, we done went through moments where we're sitting there like we our car is breaking down, we need another car, and so we're at the car dealership and we like, okay, we need to get something else that's going to be more dependable. And they telling us what our monthly payment's going to be, and we just like, oh, that like $500-$600, like that's a lot of money. Well, if you have a cosigner with good credit, we can lower that payment for you. But of course, when you call different family members and different people, of course, I'm not signing that. You're not going to mess up my credit. That's how it is. And so everybody knows, like when your back is against the wall, you know that you have a family, you have bills to pay, you need a way to get to work. Okay. And now, you're trying to go to your family and different people to see if they can co-sign for you. And they're just like, hey, I work hard to get my credit where it is. Like, I don't want to co-sign for you because, you're unstable right now. Okay. And that's a side note. Never co-sign. Okay. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's going to end up being a headache. Okay. So basically you don't need a co-signer. Okay. When you have good credit, the process is super quick. You get in there, pick out what you want, and drive off the lot. Now, also with that too, is you really don't have to settle. Okay. Because when you have a lower credit score, like basically you just gonna have to take what you can get. And you have to settle. Like you're not going to end up getting like the home that you really want, the car that you really want, because you got a lower credit score. Okay. And so that's why I know like I would say probably 90% of my clients that come to me, when I ask them, what is your goal? What are you trying to accomplish? Okay. They tell me that I want to become a homeowner. I'm tired of renting. I've been renting for several years. I want to become a homeowner. Okay. And so with you working on your credit, it's just going to make it much more easier for you to make that happen, become a homeowner, get approved for the home that you really want, and not be settling for something that, that you're not going to be all the way, 100% happy with. Okay. And did I say the fifth one? Getting access to business funding. Okay. So you have personal credit cards and then you have business credit cards. Okay. And the business credit cards, they're going to be something totally separate. Like it depends on what type of credit card you get, because some of the business credit cards will still be tied and it'll show up on your personal credit report. But then some business credit cards are totally separate. Okay. And to get access and get approved for those business credit cards, you need to have good credit. Like you need to have a 700 credit score or higher. And the reason why you want to get access to those business credit cards is because they are 5 times more higher than personal credit cards when it comes to the limit. Okay. So you might have a personal credit card where, maybe over here you got approved for, let's say, a $10,000 personal credit card, versus when you get a business credit card, it's 5 times more higher limit. So you can have a $50,000 business credit limit over here. But to get access to this, you need to be working on your personal credit and you need to get it up to the 700 club as quickly as possible. Okay. So you can be able to get access to that. It's going to make it much easier. Now, there are different programs and other options out there for people that have a lower credit score, maybe you're in the 500 or 600s and you trying to get access to business funding. There are other options out there. And what I say to you, just YouTube it. Okay. Because it's a ton of videos out there. I YouTube everything. Okay. So there's a ton of videos out there that will actually break down, what are different business funding that you can get access to if you do have a lower credit score. But what I'm trying to tell you is that if you actually take the time to work on your personal credit and get up to the 700 club, it's going to make it much more easier and faster for you to get access to, higher limits for your business funding. Okay. So that would be the fifth benefit.
Ooh, now those were some real jewels. Y'all, I hope y'all wrote them down. If not, y'all can rewind this back and go write them down and then do them. Like actually do them. So
Right.
with them doing it, I feel like it's one step that they need to take. They need to contact you. So where could people like reach out to you as it relates to their whole credit journey?
Okay. So the very first step, okay, you guys, to excellent credit is to set up your free credit consultation with me. Okay. And so where you want to go to, here's the website, is aprilfixmycredit.com. aprilfixmycredit.com. Okay. When you go to that website, you're going to see several different links there. And so what you want to click on is free credit consultation. Okay. It takes about 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes to fill out that form. Basically, I'm just trying to get to know your situation. What type of negative items do you have on your credit report right now? What is your credit score? Do you have credit cards? Those type things. Okay. So it's going to be super quick. You just fill that out. I will be notified immediately. I get an email notification that you fill out the form, and then we can set up a good time for you so we can kind of have your consultation and discuss how we can help you, improve your credit and become a homeowner this year, or, whatever your goal is, help you achieve it.
Okay. And I'll be sure to put that in the chat beneath your bio so people could access you quickly. If they don't want to remind it back, they don't have to. We want to make things as accessible as possible for our audience. So right. I have one more question for you. What does it mean to reign and rule? What does that mean to you?
Ooh, so to reign and rule. So in my opinion, to reign and rule, it basically means you embrace who you are, okay? And you are a person that is all about giving back to the kingdom. You are a person that's all about, being a role model and just empowering people to be the best that they can be, okay? And basically, you also are a person that is humble at the same time. Like, even though you have a lot of people that look up to you, you're not like someone that is, I guess you would say, like self-centered. Like, you are a humble person at the end of the day. Okay. And you don't mind like giving back and helping the next person, like reaching back and helping them get to that next level and be all that they can be. So that's what I would say for reigning and ruling.
Thank you. I am so happy, one, that you said yes. Two, that you came to drop these jewels, because I even learned some stuff that I need to be doing. But I appreciate you so much for stopping by, jumping in this Zoom with me to really drop these jewels to help others, not just reign and rule in their credit, but to reign and rule in their life, because that's one area that touches and affects your entire life if it's not set up right. So thank you so much. I'm so appreciative and so happy that you said yes.
I'm so happy as well because, I'm trying to spread the word and help as many individuals and families get to the next level. Like it's definitely a problem in our community. Like when it comes to, having low credit, minorities are like the main ones that really suffer with this. And so that's why, we recognize this problem. And so that's why we're really making it a mission to, give back to the community by educating them and letting them know that, hey, once you know the rules of the game, you can win. You can win. Okay. You just need to know the rules of the game. And also, I just wanted to add my Instagram as well. You guys can follow me on Instagram. It's going to be at I am April Lewis. At I am April Lewis, and Lewis is spelled Lewis.
Okay. So we're going to make sure y'all have that information too. So y'all have no excuse not to access April to get your credit house in order.